Then whip up a baby, boy, shout it, show me the money. Ones, five, tens, 20s, 50s, 100s, show me the money. I need the guava, dinero, chicken, lettuce, onion, show me the money. Green paper that's worth whatever all over the country, show me the money. Show me the rap, nigga, show me the money. Show me the paper, show me the money. Ones, five, tens, 20s, 50s, 100s, show me the money. I need the guava, dinero, chicken, lettuce, onion, show me the money. Green paper that's worth whatever all over the country, show me the money. Nigga, show me the rap. Nigga, show me the money. Nigga, show me the pay. Show.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to Couch Sports Podcast Live. You're here with your boy DH Money to Don. Hey, look, I need y'all to bear with me, right? I was just sitting here talking like I had a whole mic up here, and whole time there was no mic, no connection, nothing was on this arm at all. I turned and I looked, and I'm like, where's my mic at? So yeah, I just need y'all to bear with me for a little bit. We definitely gonna get it going and get this thing popping. So we got incentives today, y'all. We got incentives today. We're trying to make it through this live journey. So if y'all over on the red tube over there, if y'all over here on the purple app, please come join us over on TikTok and help us complete these missions that we gotta complete, man. So we got things up there. A lot of y'all should be able to see it. We got a money gun that we need to get taken care of. We got we need new followers. So if y'all ain't did following yet, we need y'all to help out with the following and all that. But other than that, y'all should know I'm doing the regular sending out. I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that everybody is in tune, y'all. Speaking of, let me make sure that if y'all over on the tube, that y'all get this information as well. Y'all see, we sending it out to everybody. We gotta get everybody in here. I gotta send it out to people I ain't sent it out to in years. Let me see who asked me to do this. Oh, I gotta send it out to this person. Told them I'll do the Detroit Lions. So we'll be looking at the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears Week 2 game. Yo, Steph, welcome in. D33, welcome in. Appreciate y'all hitting them like buttons. So we're gonna get started real soon. Let me just make sure that those over on YouTube get a chance to come over and join us. Appreciate that daily check-in. Appreciate them lives. Okay, yeah, we on and popping on all of them. I like that. Let me share this. Let me share this to everybody real quick. We got to make sure that we get it to these individuals. I think that's everybody that I need to share it to. Man, you watched for 200 minutes over there on the talk. Oh my God. Appreciate that. Appreciate those gold populars.
Another one.
I'm almost done sharing it to every single body. Almost done sharing it to every single body. Like I said, I want everybody have a chance to get in here. I don't want them to miss anything. Think we sent it to every single body. All right, everybody should be in now. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they are. Thank y'all for being so patient. So let's go ahead and let's start to get this thing on popping. All right, y'all. We here. We live all the way across the board. And y'all know how we do, man. Y'all know we gotta sit here. We gotta take care of these Chicago Bears. But I gave a promise to somebody. I told them that I will do the Detroit Lions. So we're gonna break down the Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears, week one game. This is the week one game. Or not week one, week two. Yeah, I believe we played them week two. So we're gonna break down this game right here. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and let's get it started. Once again, welcome to Couch Sports Podcast, where we bring you authentic analysis. We have nobody backing us. We have nobody telling us we can't say this, we can't say that. We do it the way that we want to do it. Of course, you know we got TikTok. They gonna say, "Oh, you can't say this, you can't say that." We got the red tube. Oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, or you can't have this and you can't have that. But you know what we say to them? We do what we gotta do. We do what we gotta do. So make sure that y'all go ahead, y'all hold that screen, so that way the display could be gone, can disappear, things like that. And then let's go ahead and let's get into this. We have the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions, week two. Uh, yeah, let's start it off. Of course, we're gonna start it off with the kickoff. Let me mute this part. You all don't have to hear this, but I do. Constantly hitting buttons. All right, there we go. First play of the game. It's the new touchback rule, and of course, illegal kick out of bounds. So they get to start at the 40-yard line, y'all. 40-yard line. This is where they starting at. First play of the game. We have pretty much this is the I formation, slot right. You notice we have a player being in motion. I can't really see the number right now. So you have motion left. That's what's going on right now. Motion left. Yo, guy, welcome in. Appreciate that daily check-in. And you sending them 50 gold poplars. Appreciate that, brother. Yo, D33, appreciate that flower. All right, so if you paying attention right here, the Bears, look like they're in man, and you can tell that they're in man. Do you see that man that's following the guy that's in motion? That means that they're in man. Notice this cornerback that's down here towards the bottom of the screen. He's close up on the wide receiver there. That pretty much tells the quarterback that they're in man. So, first play of the game. Yo, what in the world was that? Sending a joker ball. Appreciate that, bro. Definitely appreciate that. Coming through, taking care of it all, brother. You taking care of it all. Appreciate those likes. All right, so we're gonna continue to fast forward through it. Play action. Look at all this time. Look at this is why a lot of us wanted a defensive end. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. Let me play it through. So that was 3 seconds before he got rid of the ball. He held the ball for 3 seconds, y'all. He was holding the ball for 3 seconds. Appreciate you sharing that live. Let's definitely get it out there. FYP in the chat. Hashtag FYP in the chat, y'all. We definitely need to get it out there to the algorithm, man. We gotta sit here. If y'all can, make sure that y'all hit the follow button. If y'all ain't hit the follow button already, we're gonna make sure that we bring this to y'all every single time until the season gets here. So let's go ahead and continue. All right, so we got Amon-Ra St. Brown down here. He's the receiver down at the bottom right here. Y'all see what he had to run. That's pretty much like a slant route because he's going towards the corner or across the field like that. He's not doing a drag because the drag would have led all the way across the defensive line pretty much. It would have led right behind the defensive line. Instead, it kind of takes an angle up towards the linebackers. So therefore, that tells you that that's a slant. And that's Tyreek Stevenson, y'all. That is Tyreek Stevenson that we're facing up against, or that Detroit passed against. I'm sorry, that's Tyreek Stevenson. So let's just go back just a little bit here. Go back to the actual main play real quick. So we know they're in man, and it looks like the safeties, which are the two guys that's at the top there. If y'all can see them, don't know. Yeah, y'all can barely see them, but it's two safeties at the top that's past that 50-yard line right there. They're gonna back up. They're playing a deep man zone. They don't have anybody, so that means that now that they're depending on the cornerbacks and the linebackers to defend. We send 5 guys, so pretty much it's 5 versus 5 right here, and nobody breaks through. That's 5 versus 5. Well, 5 versus 6. Yeah, 5 versus 6. Nobody breaks through. Got Tremaine Edmonds. He has Gibbs, which that's gonna suck. But y'all paying attention to that? Look at Stevenson down here. He's jamming him, and he gave him the inside, which is what he pretty much supposed to do with this man. You got help over the top for both, but quick play. And now when you pay attention, is nobody else over there though. So now you have to make sure that you have that type of help. Where did the safeties go? We can go ahead and fast forward. We're gonna play it through and let them show. Now, man, y'all, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the main receiver for Detroit. If you're gonna double team somebody, like, okay, right here, you all should be able to see them. You have a safety at the top. He's bailing out towards the middle of the field. Then you have another safety at the top, or kind of like in the mid right there, number 9, which if you're a Bears fan, you know who that is already. But he's bailing out as well. The one that's bailing out to the top, that's at the top, he's bailing out towards the middle. I'm sorry. He should have been more so just playing over the top of the receiver that's going out towards him right now, which is Jameson Williams. So that's how Amon-Ra St. Brown got all of that open. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so that's another Williams already beat him. Now you got Brisker playing underneath as well as Byard playing on top. Where's the help for Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's running across the middle? Cannot have this. Absolutely cannot have this upcoming season. But this is not I'm not doing specifically Chicago Bears. Let's talk about Detroit Lions. Everybody ran exactly what they were supposed to run. And Goff just did exactly what he was supposed to do. He put it on to the receiver that's going to be open because look how Stevenson is playing. That's too much space right there for Stevens, for a wide receiver and a cornerback. You could tell Stevenson is putting in 100% right here just to catch back up to this wide receiver, which is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's putting 100% to catch back up to him. Now look, let's If he missed this tackle, that's automatically touchdown. That's automatically touchdown. One move and it would have been touchdown. So great tackle. And just look at that. He gets to look the safety all the way off. He's looking at Williams over there. Jameson Williams. That's who he's looking at. He's looking at number 1. He's looking at this guy who has 3 people on him right now. That's who he's looking at. So everybody's going that way. That's the reason why that safety took that play like that and ended up being over the top. And then just nice, wide open. He sees what he needs to see, zips the ball to him, and he throws it perfectly. Look at how we talked about this with Chicago. We talked about this with Seattle. We talked about this yesterday as well. When you're throwing the ball, you want the ball to be in front of the receiver where he can catch the ball, right? What you don't want to do is throw the ball behind him, which I believe we was looking at the Ravens game for San Francisco. I think that's what we was looking at. You do not want to throw behind him where he will stop his stride. You want to keep this. This is the best pass right there when you got a guy going across the middle. Lead him just enough where his stride can keep going and take the momentum up the field. He did not lose that stride. He just kept going. All right, next play, 1st and 10. This is right after. This is literally the play right after the Amon-Ra St. Brown. So, shotgun. Trying to see. It looks like it is shotgun pro left or shotgun strong left. A lot of people say strong, so however y'all want to say it. We have, of course, Jameson Williams up top. So that means Amon-Ra St. Brown is somewhere down here at the bottom. I don't think that Laporta was on this play. And, of course, we have Gibbs on this play as well. Khalif Raymond. That's Khalif Raymond, number 11, is in motion. I'll let it play out for y'all. Well, look, Laporta was in. I just didn't see his number. I didn't know that was his number right there. Okay, Laporta is in. Great play action. So, let's run through it. So, previous play, they had motion from right to left. Now they have motion going left to right. Previous play, the Bears was in man. This time you could tell that they're in zone. Nobody moves. Nobody follows the motion guy. Linebackers shift. Stevenson moves closer. You see a shift. That's pretty much you're in zone. Look at the top. Jamison Williams. He doesn't even get touched. The cornerback decides that he's gonna pick up Raymond because Raymond already pretty much have a full head start run on him. So he doesn't do anything but starts to cover that. Have you noticed Stevenson down here? He does not move because he's playing zone. Linebackers are doing what a linebacker is supposed to do. They're looking in the backfield. It's play action. Get caught up in the play action. Edmonds has Laporta. Laporta catches the ball. He's the tight end. He's coming underneath. It's not necessarily a drag route, but it's an underneath drag route. Don't know how to really explain that to you all, which one is which. One is on top of the defense and one is behind the offensive line. So behind drag route. Quick catch. Nobody noticed. Now you notice Tremaine Edmonds, he drops back, leaves that. It's open, and there you go. Drags a man, still gets the first down. Well, they called it short, but it looks like he would have had that first down. Exact next play. All right. You got, this is single back position right here. You have slot left, strong right. Your tight end. So look at the top. Your tight end. And I did not move make the little mouse big and all that stuff like I did yesterday. But we can go through it. Yo, Benzino, appreciate you coming through. Got that number 1 badge already. Appreciate that, brother. All right, so y'all should be able to see like this little thing move, right? You have a tight end right here, and you have a flanker right here. Wherever this tight end and flanker is at, that's what you call strong. That is the strong side. Even though you have these 2 wide receivers right here, you'll think like, oh, well, that's the strong side. You know, the faster parts. No, the 2 main guys that the plays pretty much would look at are the strong side, which is usually the tight end and flanker. So we know what that is. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. All right, y'all notice this. We just seen this again. This is now motion left. So that he's motioning from the right to the left. Nobody on the Bears is following this guy, which means they're in the zone again. You're pretty much going to hear this a lot because that's what Bears play. They play zone. Yo, appreciate them 3 goats. All right, let's go break something down right quick. So we have a guy that's going to join Couch Sports, right? We got Shy, Silly, our new guy that we're welcoming in, Bear Down Daily, and then myself, right? Bear Down Daily is very persistent on the Bears getting a interior lineman. He says edge rusher, they should end up being straight. Austin Booker is the guy that he's locking in on. And he's like, hey, Montez Sweat, 10 sacks. If he get 10 sacks again this year, that is pretty much an average. You can't do anything about that. Like a guy getting double-digit sacks as an edge rusher is pretty average about now because most teams are passing. But when you have nothing else really going on with the line and this guy still gets 10 sacks, that's pretty significant. So let's not sit here and act like Montez Sweat is just he's not a dog and things like that. Like he's doing what he needs to do. 10 sacks a season, that's pretty good. But the interior line, which is what Bear Down Daily is breaking down, the interior line is where we faltered at a lot. We were pretty much 25th for rush defense. We was at the bottom of the barrel. And this pretty much shows you right here. It looks tied up, right? It looks tight. He makes a cut. Now, our two inside linemen right here. These are two inside linemen. These guys right here. I don't know if it's going to go big again like I just did. These are two inside linemen right here. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to them. Oops, going the wrong way. I'm sorry. Okay. Pushed out the way. They're right here. They're right here. They're getting pushed out the way. Pushed out the way, pushed out the way. He makes a great cut. Amara St. Brown makes a great block. There goes a hole. Where is our interior lineman at? Where? That's disappointing as a Chicago Bears fan. Gibbs does what he does best. He gets the first down, lowers the shoulder, gets a few more yards. Tackles come in, and he's still going forward. All right, another single back. This time you have strong left. From the looks of it, it looks like the Bears are playing man coverage. Reason being, this corner here tied up on the right receiver here. This corner here is tied up on this receiver here. So y'all get it, right? Y'all get to now. You all should be getting, if y'all been here for the last 3 days now, this is the third day. If y'all have been here, y'all should be able to distinguish whether or not a team is playing zone or a defensive team is playing zone or man coverage. I've been breaking it down for you all lately. This is how you can tell if a team is playing zone or man coverage. You look at where the corners are lined up. You can tell by where the safeties are lined up. And then if the offense runs a motion, if anybody follows that motion, that is man. If they don't follow that motion, that is zone. The way, and I really haven't broken it down to you all on it, but how to tell whether a defensive team is running blitz. The safety will come down. The linebackers will shade that area. Another safety will shade the middle of the field. That's how you know what side the blitz is coming on. So if this safety was down, let's say right here a little bit more, with this linebacker being here / end being right here because they're playing a 5-2. So this becomes an end. This is an end. Well, actually, no. He's playing linebacker. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have the 3 linebackers. This linebacker could be sending in the blitz, which means this linebacker will be playing this man here, or this safety could play man here. If this safety creeps down, this linebacker is blitzing. This safety has this tight end. If he does not creep down, which means now you're hiding your blitz, he can still pick him up. But if this tight end comes across this middle here, this linebacker will have to pick him up, and the safety will have to pick up the running back here. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So single back possession, strong left. Let's go. All right, another run. So little hesitation on the linebacker up here. This close up on the line of scrimmage. He has a little hesitation, so he does not have an immediate blitz. He has to realize where the play is at. And it's actually a great play by this linebacker because the tight end went straight to him, which let him know, like, okay, this is a run. Now, interior line, I can't even call that the interior line right there. They didn't get moved, which is a good thing. But our defensive end right here caused that play to be bounced. Notice how he's pushing in. He has two guys. He's pushing in. He's pushing in. We're looking right here. This is where we're looking at right here. He's pushing in. That hole that Gibbs were supposed to go through got closed. So that means now he decided you're going to sit here and bull rush my offensive lineman. I'm going to cut back on you, and I'm going to get on the outside of you where you can't turn around. What do you do? Get to the outside of him, make that positive yards. He pretty much got 4 or 5 yards right here, almost 6 yards. He turned that into almost 6 yards right there. But it's also great play on the defense. It's just too many yards. The tackling. It's the tackling. That's where it started. This contact right here, he could have really blown him up. The cornerback could have really blown him up, knocked him off his feet right here, and it would have been way shorter. But arm tackles, I listen. You all will find out throughout the season. I hate arm tacklers. I hate it with a passion. I hate it with a passion, y'all. So, hey, and by the way, am I too loud on anybody's area? Am I too loud? Am I too loud? Y'all let me know. If I'm too loud, I'll bring it down. I'm just a little passionate right here. It's the Chicago Bears, y'all, you know? So, he makes the 6 yards. And pretty much just those arm tackles, Edwards ended up helping that out because that was not going to be a great. Stevenson was going to give up probably 7, 8 yards with that arm tackle. I know y'all can look and say, well, he got his legs, but he got his legs because he has help. Look, he pretty much fell off of him. If Stevens or if Edwards wasn't there, he probably could have got pushed off like how he's doing for a little bit more yards. D33, appreciate that. Follow, man. I need y'all continue to hit that follow button. If y'all have not done it yet, continue to hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's get these likes up, man. If y'all like content like this, get the likes up. Double tap that screen. Double tapping the screen is free, y'all. All right, next play, 2nd and 5, which they only gave him 5 yards, but from our telling, he definitely got more than 5 yards. Look at the line of scrimmages. Just count. That the big white line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I can see why they only gave him 5. All right, 2nd and 5. We'll take that. I'll take that. Here we go, single back position again. Now you have 2 tight ends out there, so you don't have a strong side. Whoever your strongest receiver is, that's where most of the time the defense is going to line up with. So the Detroit Lions' strongest receiver is right here, Amon-Ra St. Brown, along with he should be with Laporta right here. I can't tell because both of the numbers are 8s. I don't think this is Laporta's number. So I think this is Laporta here, but Amon-Ra St. Brown would be considered the flanker. Now, once again, they're in single back position. Now, when it's something like this, they're inside that red zone area. You see more defensive starting to stack up a little bit more on the line. We got 1, 2, 3 down linemen. You got these 2 standing up. So this guy's the defensive end, defensive tackle, defensive end, linebacker. We have a another linebacker here. So notice this linebacker is tied up on there. They're pointing, letting them know this is you notice how this guy is pointing this way, letting them know, no, this is the strong side. Look at who's over here. Watch this. And then you got Edmonds. He's trying to call out where certain ones are. He's like, look here. Then he looks and goes, oh, wait. Oh, okay. All right, all right, all right. Now notice you see a safety creeping up. This safety has to guard this tight end because he has nothing else over here helping him. But fortunately, Goff sends him into motion. Notice the shift of it. Notice how safety, linebacker, both shifted over. Right? There goes, hey, and he points out and he tells them, hey, this guy, y'all pick him up. So that means now he's picking up the running back. He's picking up motion. He's picking up what's over here. Once he gets past this quarterback or past this receiver here, that lets him know he will pick up the motion guy. He will pick up this tight end, and he will still have the running back. All right, so we see it's touchdown. It's touchdown. Owen, welcome in. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate you sending that gift. DJ Spence. Appreciate that. So as y'all see, it's the touchdown right here. Let's go down and break this down right here, right? Because this is horrible. You see this guy's motioning. The ball is hiked. At this moment, the ball is hiked. There should possibly be a lot more movement, lateral movement towards the side that the motion is heading to. Because that pretty much tells you where the ball or the ball carrier wants to go. Reason being, you want to follow blocks. Why would he want to come this way when this guy is pretty much left wide open? Nobody is blocking him. He's left unblocked. So why would he want to move this way? That means safety, linebacker. Y'all need to realize what's going on and make a harder shift, lateral shift towards the motion. Ball comes out. Edmonds, he's shooting down. I have a big problem with that, but I don't have a bigger problem than this guy getting pushed off this edge. Can't get pushed off this edge when you're right there. You're right there. Now, Edmonds, if you're going to shoot that gap like that, you have to get back here. You have to be the guy that's going to push everything back. This corner, he cannot get locked up on anything inside of here. He has to be outside. We can see this 2nd and 5, but he can't. He needs to still be outside this way. I wouldn't mind him backpedaling this way or making a lateral movement this way. That way he could keep Gibbs from coming this way. But he didn't. And, of course, the offense did what they were supposed to do. And he even shifted inside. It looks like he's looking in the backfield already. Why are you shifting inside? You're a cornerback. You're supposed to stay on the outside. Detroit got this handed to them. This touchdown was handed to him. Look at him. Why is he that far in now? You see that one step that he took in? Now look at Evans. He's like, oh, man, now you get to take out 2 guys with 1 block. And he gives now the edge is giving up thanks to you. Thanks to Stevenson making that step in. The edge is giving up right there. You can't let him have that outside corner. Yo, Jiggles, appreciate you with that daily check-in, man. How you feeling? How you feeling, brother? So, yeah, now that outside is giving up. course, this linebacker, he's not gonna get there. He's not gonna get there. He's gonna get trampled pretty much. Everybody in this area right here is gonna get blocked up. So now this safety and this safety, especially this free safety in the back here, you all can't necessarily see him. He's out of screen, but I know it's a safety back there. Let me see. Now it doesn't go back. The screen doesn't pull back far enough so you can see. But there's a safety back here. He has to be the guy that makes sure nothing else comes out here. Once you see the ball is coming this way, you have to push it towards the inside. He has to play back up to Stevenson. Stevenson has given up the outside corner. So now he really has to be that guy that gets over here. He has to be on horsepower time. Hurt back, but pushing through it. Oh man, your back is hurting, man. Hope everything is okay, brother. You know, I seen that you was live. I was just getting home from work and things. I would have jumped through there. You know, I would have tried to make sure that you was cool and probably would have sent the corgis and just told you, nah, just relax. We don't need the corgis here right now. We don't need the corgis. But yeah, he gets to this outside thanks to Stevenson, thanks to Tremaine Edmonds. And what now you all can see the safety. This is the safety I was talking about right here. Why in the world are you over here if the play is over here? Look at the play. Look at what's going on. Look at everybody being pushed this way. Everybody's being pushed out the way. So now you have to take a shot and shoot this. This right here, you have to get to this gap right here. This is too much opening. You have to know your awareness. You have to know it. He pretty much stopped. He didn't know what was going on. Yeah. Wasted effort. You wasted energy right there. You wasted energy. If they would have been shifting when this guy started motioning, a hard shift. Just do a hard shift. That's all that it takes. Do a hard shift. Look, Laporta barely had to. He was supposed to be the one that's blocking Edmonds, and because of the way that Edmonds' angle took, or thanks to Stevenson actually taking that step inside, Edmonds got taken out, and he barely had to do. Laporta barely had to do anything. Just push the cornerback down, make sure that the other linebacker doesn't touch him, and you get in there, touchdown. This is a regular kickoff. For those of you all that don't know, it's a regular kickoff. Nothing to really describe there. Okay. So if you're paying attention here, 15, 4, 2, 18, way out here. Pretty much you know it's a run. It's a run play. You got to know it's a run play coming into this, looking at that. If you Chicago Bears, Detroit can recognize that at this point. Everybody just shoot the gaps, go towards the gaps, and get through it. That was a good stop, but at the end of the day, that was bad playing by Detroit. They should have been paying attention to that. Okay, let's go through it real quick. We'll get through it real quick. There's no motion. There's no motion. The quarterback is on the outside. He is now, once the ball is hiked, he is now coming towards the running back. This is the thing. Every single body that's too far. Every single body right here should have been rushing this way. They should have been rushing towards these hashes right here to stop it. Because you have the lineman pushing for it and you don't have anybody coming towards you. They went the way that they seen the DeAndre Swift go, but picture where all of the linemen are at for the Bears offense. They're pushing the way that you all are moving towards. That is not how it's supposed to go. Of course, he's gonna make a cutback to get where he needs to get to. Branch had to do what he had to do there. He had to make sure that Williams didn't get the ball back, so that's why he took the angle that he took. And once he noticed that he's not going to get the ball, that's when he's like, okay, let me play the running back. Great tackle. Great open field tackle right there. Great open field tackle. All right, here we are, 2nd and 5, next play. Shotgun. Hopefully y'all been here, y'all been paying attention. Shotgun position right here. Shotgun position. Um, Sorry, y'all got a notification just come through. All right, cool. No problem. No problem. Let's get back to it. So y'all should know we've been talking about formations. Anytime that you see this quarterback this far away from the center is pretty much shotgun. So we have shotgun, strong right, um, slot left, meaning you're gonna have a slot guy to the left. This is a slot. Your regular receiver, or split end, flanker, tight end, running back, quarterback. Your tight end is here, your flanker is here. That means that this is the strong side, and that's how the play is called. Shotgun pro right, or they might say shotgun strong right. Depending on the person's playbook, they could say shotgun right, slot left. It just depends. But I know it as, from my time, I know it as shotgun strong right or pro right, slot left. Now, yes, we do have DJ Moore up top. We do have Roma Doomsday up top, but they are away from the tight end, so therefore that makes them not the strong side. That makes downhill the strong side. So, and that's Zacchaeus downhill. So going forward, you have, even though there's only 3 down linemen here, this is still a lineman. This is a defensive end. You got Hutchinson, the opposite defensive end, 2 defensive tackles. This is considered a 4-3. Actually, yeah, I want to make this a little bit bigger for y'all, so that way y'all can really see what's going on. Okay. So now y'all should be able to see my pointer now. I shouldn't have to go back and forth real hard, right? Y'all can see the pointer. All right, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Once again, I was saying you have three down linemen right here. This is actually a lineman. This is an edge rusher, or defensive end, however you all want to call it. If you know it is defensive end, then it's defensive end. We call it edge rushers. Mostly the edge rushers are called that because they're rushing in towards the quarterback. But anyway, this would be considered a 4-3. 4 linemen, 3 linebackers. You tell they're linebackers because they are. This guy is way bigger than this guy. This guy is bigger than them. Pretty much that look. You can see how he's really small, really small. Cornerback, safeties are back here. In the back here, you can't necessarily see the other safety, but he's back here. He's probably like right here. So yeah, that's how that is. This tells the quarterback that they are possibly in zone. And the reason why we haven't really been able to talk about this as much because we haven't seen it yet, but they're in zone. No one is covering this wide receiver. You don't see anybody right here. You don't see anybody right here. He's shaded over. That's not going to stop anything that's coming in this area. If he decided to go this way, or if the play was for him to go out this way to the top up here, he's not going to be able to come down as fast and make the play right here. This would end up possibly being the first down, depending on how far this receiver, if they was playing man, depending on how far this receiver was able to take this cornerback out of play. If this was man, this safety wouldn't have enough time to make it to this receiver. That is how you know this is not man, because look how far back that safety is. And nobody is covering over him. Look how far back this corner is over him. Look at this corner. When we were looking at Detroit's offense, when Detroit was on offense, the Bears cornerbacks, when they played man, were up close. They were near the line of scrimmage. This guy's not even looking at this wide receiver. He's looking in at this quarterback. This is the way. He's looking at the cornerback. He's looking at the cornerback. Guess what? Or quarterback. Guess what? That means I'm seeing this. This is zone. I need to get the ball into the soft spot of the zone if this is a pass play. If it is a run play, then DeAndre Swift needs to recognize where the gaps is going to be. Got this guy going here. Hopefully he can take him out right here. This guy will be able to hit him here. You have a gap that way. You're on this side. So if Williams gave you the ball here, you'll see here. This guy should be able to go here. This guy will be able to go here. Your gap will be somewhere around this area. You only have him to beat. Let's play through it, though. All right, 2nd down and 5, and this is a quick play to DeAndre Swift. They want the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands really fast here. Let's walk through it and go through what's happening, y'all. All right. Free release. This is zone. Detroit is playing zone. Notice how nobody gets touched at all. That it means none of the wideouts, none of the guys that are gonna catch the ball is being touched. That tells you that this is a zone. Notice these guys up here. He's looking in the backfield. He's way back here. He's looking at to see what this guy's gonna do because he may have hooks and curls. He may have the deep half right here. This guy finally touches the which is jamming this guy. This cornerback, he's pretty much backing up. He noticed this cornerback notices Loveland did a hook route right here. This is hooks and curl zones. That's why he's playing on this. Loveland is still getting the ball is nowhere to Loveland. If he would have if Williams would have thrown the ball to Loveland, this possibly would have been a pass interference because he's still holding on to Cole Kmet right here. Not Loveland, Cole Kmet. I'm sorry, because Loveland is down here. So if he would have thrown the ball to Cole Kmet, that probably would have been a pass interference. They probably would have got the first down right there. But he didn't. He threw it to DeAndre Swift. Ball is thrown. Linebacker notices. Now, I know you all can say, well, this middle linebacker followed the running back. The running back is running out this way. Pretty much is telling him no one is coming inside of this area right here, which he actually really messed that up. In film section, they giving him his praise, like, hey, you made the tackle, this and that, let's go. But that linebacker coach, that defense coordinator, they definitely got in his ass because he was supposed to play the zone right here. If the play would have went over this way and Roma Dunze would have got into this area right here, it would have been open. See how this is open here? He didn't follow a man. The ball is being thrown, but he didn't follow a man. He's still looking in the back. He noticed that this guy's cutting in, so that means he has nobody by him. He can easily decide, okay, I can come down, I can come over. This safety is way up here. He has nobody. He's trying to make sure nobody comes down into this soft area right here. So that's how you know it's zone. If the ball was not thrown, right here, if Caleb Williams had enough time, right here is where that soft zone would have been. Nobody is right here at all. Nobody is right here. Roma Dunze get right here. Big first down. He didn't have enough time. They did what they were supposed to do. Free release zone is my least favorite coverage. It's your least favorite coverage, huh? Got in his ass with no pause. Yeah, you. Hey, all right. Listen, man, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. All right, so, but yes, he made the play right here. Of course, he's getting praised. Hey, great tackle, this and that, and this and that. But they definitely let him know that he blew coverage. So this tells you who's the guy's defensive coordinator. It also tells you the numbers. So pretty much just if you all have not watched football, for those that don't know anything about sports that are in here, I think I have one person. I don't know if she came in here yet, but if you're watching football and this pops up, Edge 97 Hutchinson is telling you who the players are. Edge 92 Davenport is, you see, 91 defensive lineman Williams. You can't see everything, but that's 91 Williams. He's a big guy. So 98 Reader. You can tell that's a 9. That looks like a 3, but it could be an 8. So obviously we can tell that that's Reader. When you see things like that, that's just pretty much telling you the players' names. That way you can identify the players and you can follow along with the game. This part right here, defensive coordinator, that's the guy that's calling out the defensive plays. He's the one that's telling these guys the defensive plays. And then usually the team captain, probably Hutchinson, is letting everybody know, or possibly a linebacker, he's letting everybody know what the play is. Those of you all who know football, who's been watching football, relax. We're going to get into it. I was letting the individuals know what's going on who don't know what's going on. All right. Let's break it down. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen. 1, 2. This looks like a corner. So they possibly playing nickel. Yeah, they're possibly playing nickel right here because this looks like a corner, safety, corner, and this will be considered a nickel corner. The reason that is nickel corner is he's like a slot corner, but he's big enough to play, or he's big enough to make tackles if they need to send him in on a blitz. All right, here we go. This we should know this because we've been discussing this. This right here, Chicago Bears is playing shotgun, trips left. That's how that will be called. You don't have to call out pro. You don't have to call out where the tight end needs to go and things like that. He would know once you start getting into the play calling and things. It'd be like shotgun trips left, Y right, blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's and then they'll get into the plays and all that. But you should know we just discussed this. If the quarterback is this far back, like this, running back is here or running back is here, it's more than likely a shotgun. Notice backing up zone. He's not running after anybody's zone. He's not following anybody's zone. He's not following anybody's zone. This is a zone play. They're not following anybody. So it's a zone play. He's running back. He's running backwards. Well, not backwards, but he's just bailing. They consider that as being called bailing. Okay, he's bailing. When they are bailing and nobody's following anybody, that is a zone. Hey, Zacchaeus made a catch, y'all. Zacchaeus made a catch. So breaking it down, when as an offense, when you have guys playing zones as a wide receiver, you should know find the soft spot in the zone. When you're this guy that have a hook, you find the soft spot in the zone, but also it's third down. So you also need to know where you gotta get to on that first down. Now, once again, for the individuals who do not watch football, but is in here and you're learning something, right? This yellow line right here, they cannot see that yellow line. This yellow line is put in by production individuals, so those who are watching on TV can see. They cannot see this blue line. Only thing they see is green for the grass, white for the numbers. They don't see this third and fourth. They don't see this right here. There is a sign over here that says third and fourth. There is a sign that indicates that this is where the play started. There is a sign that indicates that this is where the player needs to get to for a first down. There are signs that indicate it that they can look at, but when you're playing, you're really not looking at that. You just got to know. You got to have an instinct to know. All right, moving forward, like I said, Zacchaeus made a catch here. This is called the hook. That's pretty much what he ran. Ran a very soft Z hook. DJ Moore is running it out. We seen that a lot the last time we was there. Who was this down here? DeAndre Swift. He's running. It looked like he was possibly gonna try to run an out, but the ball was already thrown. That is another thing that's awareness. Everybody's running this way. He noticed he's ran this way. Then he's seen it. Of course, you see this guy going towards him. At this point in time, you know the ball is probably went that way. He made the catch, got the first down. Got to know where you at. I don't like this type of catch though. Like he was scooting back to try to get into a decent area where it's like, hey, I'm trying to make sure I get into the first. I don't like this falling backwards catch. I don't like that falling backwards catch because if this linebacker was just a tad bit closer, that ball could have been knocked down It could have been knocked out of his hands, things like that. Once again, you see these letters: linebacker 46, linebacker 34. Just name their actual names. Well, some of them will have them use their nicknames, but these are the names. Okay. We know what this position is. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. They call it quads. They call it widespread, depending on how they are lined up. Look how far back these defensive backs are. Look at this secondary. Look how far back this is. See the word right here that we see? Secondary. This is the secondary. This is who they're talking about. They're about to give you their numbers and their names. That's what this is about. That's why you see this. So you have these guys all the way back here. You have 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, or 2 linebackers. He's kind of skinny, so I'm gonna call him a nickel back. So they're in a nickel coverage. So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs, 2 linebackers, 4 down linemen. And that's the reason why you only seen 2 LBs. They're in nickel. We know what the Bears offense is in. Shotgun, spread, wide spread. All right, going into the play. Hey, now, if this was a Bears one, y'all already know I'll be pausing this, going back, seeing what the false start is. But we're going to keep it moving because that was for Detroit. That helped Detroit out. All right, this is something different. We talked about this a little bit last time. This is a single back position. See this? One single halfback right here or running back right here. Made it simple. Single back formation. That is what it's called. Now, it's different ways to do this. You have wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver. So you got single back wide spread, single back quad. That's pretty much all that they usually call for single back. They don't call it anything else. Quads. When you have single back and you have 4 wide receivers like this, or technically they have 2 wide receivers, you just call it quad, or you can call it single back slots, because this could be just considered a slot, and Cole Kmet could be considered a tight end, which is what he is. So going forward into it, Detroit. 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen. 1, 2, 3 linebackers. 1, 2, 3. I don't. He might be back here somewhere. Defensive backs. 4, 3. It's that simple. They're in a 4 down linemen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Linebacker. 1, 2, 3 linebackers. So 4, 3. That's their formation. Now looking into it, I need y'all. We talked about this a little bit earlier, right? How to determine what's man and what's not man. See this guy that's motioning? So single back, slot left, motion right, because that's the way that he's coming. He's coming from the left to the right. Notice this defensive back and his movements. He's following. If he's following, this linebacker is this close, it is a blitz coming from this way. Notice in the earlier Detroit defenses, the defensive backs were further back. They were like back here. The players was up here and they were way back here somewhere. Now it is a blitz. Notice how he's lined up. He's ready to go. He's ready to run towards the quarterback. That lets you know that it's a blitz. You might not be able to see this right away when you're watching the games, but once you get used to it, if you have not been watching games, once you get used to it, you'll start noticing these things. All right, so we're gonna play through it. Once again, single back, slot left, motion right. Defense is in man coverage, probably a blitz because we see this linebacker getting ready to rush it. All right, Detroit. Where y'all at, Detroit? Where y'all at? Well, I can't even say that because I got Landon in here. Landon gonna get on my case if I say the wrong word. So, got the motion. He stopped, hike. Now it's hard as a linebacker to determine whether or not this is play action or not. But if you notice, the linemen are pushing forward. The lineman that's in the white or the lineman that's on the opposite of your team is pushing forward. 9 times out of 10 is a run, and you need to get downhill somewhere. You need to locate the running back and get downhill. When we say downhill, that means towards that running back, towards where the backfield is. This line of scrimmage, anything back here is the backfield. These guys want to get back here. This guy want to get back here. These corners are not supposed to notice that it's a run because these wide receivers are supposed to be sprinting out towards them. So let's see what happens. Colson Lovely, he goes for a cut block. Aiden Hutchinson hops over that. Sometimes when you decide to bull rush, you open up a bigger hole than what was supposed to be there. That's what messed it up right here. He bull rushed the lineman, pushed him this far in the backfield, but he also pushed him away. He pushed himself away from the play. That left that big hole. He gets through it. Bears are doing great blocking. He runs through a tackle, gets the first down, and they move forward. First 15. Usually, if you see first 15, there was a false start or possibly a delayed game. So 9 times out of 10, it was a false start. We know that this is the Bears are in shotgun. Let's see. We don't have much shading. We have corner. This corner is tight, so it looked like it can be man on this side. You have shading over. He's about in the right position when you playing safety. You have that many over, so it looks like they could possibly be a man right here. The reason I say that is because these two linebackers are a shade bit over. The middle linebacker is usually, since the ball is down this way, let's see where the ball is at real quick. So the ball is right here, which means this is the middle. The middle linebacker is usually around here. But because you have more guys over here, he's shade over. You have this guy shade over. That takes that linebacker out. That is a way that you can determine whether or not it is zone or man. Moving forward, we'll go ahead and play it. All right, let's see how this happens. So he's already playing outside, which is what this corner is playing outside, which is what he's supposed to do. You have help over the top. You do not want to give out your outside leverage because then that takes away your help from over the top. Over the top means your safety should be helping you if this guy gets behind you. Okay, yeah, y'all can still see it. So He's playing right. He's outside of the wide receiver. Same thing going on here. And usually when a wide receiver is this close to the line of scrimmage, he's usually coming out towards this some type of out route. But you have those slight plays where they have them going across, which is what is going on here. Notice linebacker following running back, linebacker, wide receiver. This wide receiver is wide open. So he didn't have to make a difficult throw if he just throw to Loveland, but the play is not developed yet. The play is not developed, so everything has to develop. Notice this safety up top let the wide receiver go, which is why I said this half is probably on man. So there you go. Yeah, it was nothing that defense could do about that. The guy just got beat. Notice everybody has a man up, man up, man up. He's the only one that doesn't. It's gonna be that one guy. They usually free safety. Mm. Just go back real quick. All right. All right. Talked about this. Y'all should know what this is right here, right? Shotgun. Let's talk about this. 1, 2, 3 down lineman. This will be a lineman. So 1, 2, 3 down lineman. You have one standing up lineman. This is still considered 4. 1, 2, 3 linebackers. 3. 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 11 players on the field. So 4 and 3. 4 and 3 is 7 plus 4, 11. There you go. 4, 3 defensive formation. Shotgun, slot right. It's that simple. Let's keep going. Let's see what's going on. You have safety, barely playing over. Okay, earlier, remember I showed y'all the guy was playing closer. In the beginning of the game, he was playing this far back. Look how far back he is. He's 10 yards back. This tells you this is a safety. This is soft safety. What's going on, Diane? How you feeling? Appreciate that daily check-in and that Go Popular. This is a soft zone right here. I'm sorry. This is a soft zone. We talked about this before when we had, I believe that was Roma Dunze getting a catch like this. I hate these plays too. Receiver screens. I hate these plays because he has nobody in front of him blocking. He has nobody in front of him blocking. Yes, he has Roma Dunze here. That's one block. That means now he has to make moves to make this guy possibly miss the tackle. Now I said a this is a zone, right? Earlier we were talking about a safety being this far back. If this guy has to catch the ball somewhere out here, he's not going to be able to necessarily make the play to stop him from catching the ball. Here's a perfect example of him not being able to stop him from catching the ball, but will he be able to make the tackle? See how he wasn't able to make the tackle? Joseph, 31. That's the safety that came up. He was not able to make the tackle. If this play, if Roma Dunze, say for instance, would have went here, it probably would have went the same route. The problem is this. You're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage. Now, if this was like an out route or something like this, where this guy would have came this way, Roma Dunze would have ran that way, something like that, like a crisscross, Joseph wouldn't still have not had time to be in this area if this was a regular developing play, but it wasn't. His eyes is in the back. He's looking at the back. He sees this DeAndre Moore. They have film session. We're going through film session right now. They have film session. They pay attention to things like this. Hey, DJ Moore is playing slot on this side. It's possibly a screen. So they're gonna pay attention to that. He's looking in the backfield. Look at him. He's looking in the backfield. He's looking in the backfield. This is the backfield. This is what the backfield is called. He's looking in the backfield. Ball is snapped. Joseph looks at DJ Moore. And the reason that he's looking at DJ Moore is simply because you want to make sure that this guy, this wide receiver, isn't running towards you, because you need to know whether or not you are going to backpedal. He sees DJ Moore take a step back, stutter step, and go back. Hey, this is the screen that we've been looking at. I'm pretty sure that he called it out. Screen. That's what he's supposed to do. Now notice the ball is getting ready to be thrown. See how all these guys are running this way? This guy is about to get ready to run this way. This guy's still looking in the backfield for some reason when he can see the ball is getting ready to be thrown. So we was talking about Joseph, and we was talking about the safety having to come way up here to make a play. If this play would have had a developing play, meaning guys are running actual routes past the line of scrimmage, he would not have been able to get to those wide receivers. This guy, yeah, he should have been able to get this close because he does not have to backpedal. He can go forward. Makes the tackle, great tackle. Hey, y'all, if y'all like this content and everything, go ahead, hit that follow button. If you would like to see your team, then we need you to do a daily check-in. So hit the follow button, then send a heart me, send a comment to say your team, and of course, we will get to your team. If you want to jump the line, then y'all know what to do. Y'all see the money gun just popped up there, right? Go ahead and send that money gun. If you want to skip the line, send that money gun. All right. We ain't got to talk about the formations anymore. We ain't got to talk about these formations. Y'all should know these formations. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 down linemen. 2 linebackers. Technically, it's 3 because this is Cole Kmet. This is Colston Loveland. So we ain't really got to discuss that part. There's some type of motion happening here. Shotgun, quads, motion left. Quads. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are lined up away from the line. 4 wide receivers are lined up away from the line. So it could be called quad or it could be called wide out. I call this one quad because you have this is quad. This guy isn't that far out. And this guy probably would be about right here. Like his footing would be like right here. Instead is down here. So that's why I call it quad, because he's not that far out. Same thing here. Of course, they'll be close because the ball is on this hash, but he probably will be on the numbers, and Colston Loveland probably would be somewhere out here. Maybe. So we ain't got to talk about it. Shotgun, right? Quads. 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen. You got 2 linebackers here. This is considered a linebacker, so you got 3 linebackers. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive backs, 4, 3. Let's go ahead, get into it. The ball is being snapped. It's motion left. All right. It was 2nd and 9. Caleb went through motions to see, okay, this safety is doing this. So that's not going to be open. He looked again to the second option, which is Cole Kmet. Well, he's not open. I got to go ahead and get rid of this ball there pretty fast. He led him a little bit too far, but if you get your hands on the ball, like how that is, which is a drop, we talked about this. We talked about the Chicago Bears and they drops, and whether or not Caleb Williams is a 4,000-yard passer. He was 58 yards from being a 4,000-yard passer last year. Who knows how many yards this could have been? Maybe 4, maybe 5 yards. Every drop pass count. We have not gone through the mishaps. We've only gone through highlights. We have not went through mishaps. I guarantee you, if we went through mishaps, we can count up those 58 yards. But there we go. We got a drop. This should not have happened. It touched his hands. It's in his hands. He should have definitely had that. Look at that. That's in his hands. He should have had that. Nobody is stopping him from catching that ball. He just dropped it. That's considered a drop pass. Look when did he get tackled? So if he actually would have caught the ball and knee is down right there. Let's say knee is down right there. See that blue line? Let's count up that. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 yards. So it would have been 3rd and 5. That's manageable right there. I just consider it manageable. I can't say great play, defensive play for Detroit simply because that's not a great defensive play. He just dropped the pass. All right, we ain't got to talk about that, right? You see how far Caleb Williams is. You can't see how far he is, but he's not underneath center. You could see his hands. He's not underneath the center. Ball was snapped, so we can't really talk about the defense. It looks like it is strong right, slot left. 1, 2, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 linebackers, and 4 defensive backs. So, or it could have been 1, 2, 3 down linemen, 1, 2, 3 linebackers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that could have been nickel, which is the 3-3-5 nickel. And if for those of you ladies who are out there that's possibly watching this, hey, listen. If your man play video games, if he play Madden, and I'm pretty sure if he play video games, he's getting Madden this year. You can go turn on that game, select Madden, look at the playbooks. Just go until you see playbooks. Search through everything until you see playbooks, right? Look through them. It tells you formations. Every formation that I'm telling you is right there. All right, ball to snap. Let's go through it. All right, we seen this play Saturday. I want to say that was Saturday. One of Caleb Williams' highlights. So 1, 2, 3 guys, 4 guys. I want to say 5 guys blitzed, or 5 guys rushed in. So that's considered a blitz. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys playing zone. This is a blitz zone. Nope, you got more than that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys rushing in, and you have 5 guys playing zone. So they pretty much played a blitz zone. That's what's considered a blitz zone. Williams played cool, collective. This is a problem right here. Nobody is calling out Roma Doomsday is running across. He's not calling out, letting them know, pick up, pick up. He's not calling out, letting them know, cross, cross. He can't know that this guy's crossing until he comes across his face. You're stepping up, but you're stepping up to nobody's over here. This guy's running over here. He should see him now. He probably should, start playing into this zone or dropping back. So one of these guys can play into this zone over here. Look how wide open that green grass is. That was my beautiful daughter. She just came to let me know what's going on. So yeah, you have that wide open, no communication at all, Detroit. Thank you. I appreciate it, but because I'm giving out Detroit, we're talking about Detroit right now. We're talking NFC teams right now for this next couple of days, for 3 days. We can do 4 days. We'll talk a little bit about the Bears as well. So for these next 4 days, we're doing NFC North. Right now we're doing Detroit. Eventually we'll do Green Bay. We'll definitely put Green Bay last. FGB Mafia. Then we got Detroit. We'll do Minnesota, Chicago Bears. Oh no, Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago Bears. Let's end it with the right way, right? All right. So y'all know this ended up being a touchdown. We can go ahead and get past this. Whatever dance that is. We're gonna talk about it. So that could be considered a drag route that he ran because it's straight across the field. He's not going in a technical upward motion, but field goes good. Y'all excuse that. I didn't know that popped up. So excuse that regular kickoff right here. Play was stopped. All right. So we talked about it before. Y'all seen this position. Y'all seen this formation. Single back. You got the tight end over here. So single back strong. You got most of the wide receivers. We would consider tight ends are wide receivers as well. So, but that's a whole different lesson. Anyway, tight end, receiver. So that's strong right. So single back, strong right, single back, slot right, however they may have called it. 4 down lineman. This guy's covering up here. This guy's backed up, backed up, backed up, backed up. Hey, guess what? This could be a blitz here. Let's play through it though. All right. Y'all ready for it? So he's shading the tight end right here. That's what he's doing. He's shading the tight end. Notice nobody moved as far as following this motion guy. So what do we know about Bears defense? They are in, that's right, zone. Yes, this guy did come down, but you want a closer coverage. If this is his zone, you want a closer coverage just in case if this guy decides to run a hook route or a curl route. So a hook route would have been, oh man, I can't wait for everything to play out so that way I can really start drawing on him. But a hook route would have been this, and then a little hook back towards there. A curl route is here, and he curls it. It's like think of it like I don't know why they have it like that, but one is like a J, which is a curl because it curls, and one is like a sharp check, a check mark. Think of it as a check mark. So it's yeah. So that's why you see that safety comes down. He scoots over to the outside. Actually, that's our corner. I don't know why we have our corner playing safety at that point. Like they played a lot of different things. But anyway, so they showed what they did was they showed zone and they played man. They shifted men is what it was. Notice he's on the outside right here before he does his motion. He's on the outside. He shifts over. He starts to shift over. They're shifting over just a little bit. And then he comes down to pick up this motion man. They're in man. This is how you could tell they're in man. See this defensive player here and this offensive ride out here. See how he's following him? Another way you could tell. See this running back? See this linebacker? See how he's following him? That's man. Oh, Duze Pods, welcome in. That was a great catch. Now, no, that's Amara St. Brown. He's pretty fast, so gotta leave it as it is. Great pass. And Amara St. Brown is a great wide receiver. He's in my top 10. Definitely, definitely a great catch. Good pass, better catch. All right, we know what this position is. We ain't really got to talk about this right here. We ain't got to talk about positions, right? We see how many linemen have their hands down on defense. We see the quarterback underneath the center. We see one running back there. You see a motion, right? All right, we ain't got to talk about all that. Let's get into it. All right, so let's get into what is the defense playing? What is Jared Goff looking at? Did anybody follow anybody? He stepped up. That was it. Look at this free release right here. Free release. Look at him. Nobody's even looking at him. Everybody's looking in the backfield. 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 They did do a play action, but everybody's looking in the backfield. Now notice turn, 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 turn. That is zone. They're running zone, y'all. Bad pass by Golf. Cause look how wide this guy's open. Now, it could have been the right pass by Golf. It's just Jamison Williams played too deep. But when you got a man that's wide open, just that wide open, just put the ball to his numbers. Put it exactly where he's at. You have nothing else to do. Just put it right there. You ain't got to do too much. That was an easy play right there, y'all. That was an easy play. Jared Goff, I don't know. Wide the open. Exactly. He's wide the open. Like, yeah, that's just horrible. That's horrible. That's worse than dog doodle. And he know it. He know that you're not gonna have another play that wide open like that at that moment. All right, so y'all know what this is, right? Landon, go ahead, put in the comment what formation Detroit is running. Cause we didn't talk about this too much. Everybody should know about these formations already. We could go ahead and we can run this right here. We know that that's a motion. We have somebody following the motion. He's following the motion. That means you know what the Bears is. Because of this motion, because this guy is following, Jared Goff should know whether or not it is a man or a zone. The thing is this a run play? We see there's a run play. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is what hurts the Bears when it comes to the defensive lineman. This is where it hurts. Why are you inside? Why did you allow this man to blow you up? And that is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yo, boss Don, appreciate you. You say it looks like 11. Hey, hey, Landon, man, come on. You know that shotgun, bro. We ain't gotta talk about it. Appreciate you, boss Don. Appreciate you stopping through and everything, man. Hey, listen. If y'all ain't peeped, everybody that I'm talking to in the chat, if y'all over there on the tube and everything, we're on TikTok. I'm pretty much reacting to them. You you thought I said personnel? No, I said what formation is this? What formation? Not personnel. Formation. Shotgun formation. But anyway, so it was a run, but defensive end, defensive tackle. Defensive end, you get blown up by Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's because he came up. If you expose your chest in football, you get blown up. Damn. Can I even say that? We love the TikTok shop. F1's in the chat, just in case. You get pushed out of position. You get pushed out of position if you stand up and expose your chest. And that's exactly what happened there. Look how far up he is. We're right here. This is where we're at. Look at it. You just gave up all your chest. You're gonna get moved out of position. Because you were supposed to make sure nothing gets on the outside of you, along with this. I believe that's a corner. That corner, but he has to play. They're playing man. We see that because he's following this motion. So Bears are playing man. You gotta make sure he has to make sure that this man is not running the route. That's why he gets caught off guard. But defensive end, you can't give up that much of your chest, man. Yeah, it's definitely 11 personnel. Yeah, definitely 11 personnel. One tight end, one running back. All right. For those of y'all that don't know, if you all are around a bunch of people that's watching football and you hear them say 11 personnel, 13 personnel, 21 personnel, 22 personnel, something like that. One other than that, they pretty much. So they're saying one tight end, one running back. That's 11 personnel. 12 personnel. That's one running back and two tight ends. 13 personnel. Right, and then you have an empty, which is 0-0, but mainly they say empty. 13 personnel. You're gonna hear 13 personnel a lot this year, especially if you're in Chicago, if you're in LA and you watching the LA Rams. You're gonna hear 13 personnel a lot. This is the reason why. One running back 3 tight ends. If you hear 21, that means you have two backs, 1 tight end. 22, you barely hear 22 personnel, 2 running backs, usually a fullback, but 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. That means there's only 1 wide receiver out and things like that. But that's once you start getting advanced. Just right now, pay attention to the formation, know what the formation is called. That way you can keep up with what's going on. Shotgun formation, defense is 4 down linemen, so possibly it's possibly a 5-2 because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be another guy back here somewhere. Should be another guy back here along with. It's a guy right here. Y'all probably can't see his foot, but it's a guy right here, and there should be another guy back here. So this is a 5, or I'm sorry. This is a nickel, and they would consider this double. They call it double. Yeah, or a big nickel. So like Landon, you're out there in New York with the Giants. They call that big nickel. A lot of Midwest and West Coast, they would end up calling this like they would end up calling this a double something 2 nickel. I forgot exactly what it is, but it's like nickel double 2. So yeah, that's pretty much what that is. All right, let's move forward. It's a run, right? Once again, I just showed y'all Amon-Ra St. Brown. He cannot be able to take out a defensive end and allow this to get caught up. The guy that's guarding him, which is a cornerback, they're in man. He has to pay attention to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He doesn't know if he's running a route or if he's blocking. These 2 linebackers right here, they see the pulling players. They definitely got to make sure nothing happens on the outside. Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards got to make sure that they get out here to push Gibbs inside. And that's where you have your safeties. You have everybody that's on the backside at where they can make that tackle. Now, Edmonds did his job. Edwards got blown up. And pretty much everybody else, where are you? Like, too far. You made the tackle. This is why we need better defensive tackles. Because that angle that he just took. Oh no, that's not even the defensive tackle. That's the defensive end. You telling me Amon-Ra St. Brown pushed you in that much, and that was not a hole. He pushed you in that much that you could not run that little man over and get him out of there? Did 58 get downfield? 58. There's no 58. You mean 98? Bruh, you got to baptize St. Brown for that. You got to. You got to. St. Brown should have been on that ground for touching you. Like, we talking about Max Crosby, Khalil Mack, maybe Trey Hendrickson. We really ain't seen that much out of him like that. But we talking about some big guys versus a small, skinny guy. A wide receiver he's not skinny. You know, he's muscular, but he don't have that much weight on you. This guy was able to stop you from getting to the edge. He was able to block you like that, man. If you don't put some force into that, oh, you talking about the guard. Yeah, did 58 get downfield? 58 blew up Edwards. TJ Edwards blew him up. You're talking about this guy right here. He got downfield all right. Boom, moved him right out the way. How in the world did you let hey, that's a bad pursuit on Edwards as well. Because in a way, he kind of stopped and braced for that. You see how he kind of like, don't touch me. he kind of got scary. Outweigh bro by at least 70 pounds. About 70 pounds. Bro, do you see this guy? And do you see Amon-Ra St. Brown? If he was to stand straight up, Amon-Ra would possibly be looking up to this guy. And now look at these arms, look at the body build, look at 70 pounds, you tweaking. You said 70 pounds, that man is more like 30 pounds past 70. He 100 pounds more than him. At least. At the least. So yeah, Edwards get blown up. TJ, he did his job. TJ, all right, you did your job. You got it back towards the inside. All right, next play, shotgun formation. Trying to scrub through this as much as I can because we are already getting ready to 2 hours here. It's not supposed to be on here this long. They bailing out. Everybody's bailing. Notice the corner up here is pointing. So they're in some type of zone. Golf is looking to the left, looks to the right. He doesn't see anything that he likes. Get up out the pocket. Makes the throw. Good defense. He was trying to get to Sam Laporta. Good defense, and it was 3rd and 6. Great defense. Chicago Bears. Finally. Fair catch on the punt. Is this another direct snap? Another direct snap. The only difference is he's running towards the quarterback, so you pretty much know it should have been a trick play, right? Hutchinson did his job somewhat. I mean, you got if everybody's running towards you, Hutchinson, like meaning you notice the running back is right here. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm taking the running back straight out. Yeah, great play by Edmonds. That was a great play by Edmonds. The last play. But right here, if I'm Aiden Hutchinson, I'm taking DeAndre Swift out. The quarterback, he ain't faster than DeAndre Swift, so I'm take him out. And if it was supposed to be a trick play and things like that, that's one less man that my defensive backs have to worry about covering. So therefore, I'm taking him straight out. Nah, Hutch should have tackled for it. That's what I'm saying. I would have took him straight out. Now, I don't know how they say, but defensive ends' eyes are supposed to maintain the quarterback. So seeing the quarterback come across his eyes like this, seeing this right here, and knowing this Caleb Williams, he got caught up, and he was like, let me get on this quarterback. I personally would have just blown up number 4, whether it's a trick play or not. If Williams would have got the ball, Williams would have got the ball. There's one less man that the cornerbacks and the defensive backs have to worry about going out to catch the ball. I would have made sure number 4 was in that ground. He should be keying in on Swift. Definitely should be keying in on Swift. This who, for those that's in the chat, if you read the chat like I was just reading the chat, this is who he's talking about. He should be keying in on Swift. And honestly, he should have been a lot closer this way. He should have been right up in here. Regardless if it's a handoff or not, he should have been up and down. Like, even if it's a trick play, you can follow that running back. So, but they have no speed. It was only a gain of 1. Honestly, do I say Swift should have handed that ball off? Nah. Yeah, that was just the Detroit played good on that. The rest of the Detroit players played good on that. Ended up being a gain of 1. So hey, they did what they were supposed to do. Handoff. See, looking in the backfield a little bit right here. This is how he could tell what's going on. This is why he jumped straight up like this. See how he noticed the wide receiver step back and then he looked into the backfield. He tried his best to shoot towards this wide receiver. Smart play. But these guys over here got to know what's going on, Detroit. And this is the first time that I could say DJ Moore, he stayed with the block. That could have been considered blocking the back. They're not going to call that because of the way that they're fighting for position. But Detroit really did what they needed to do to cause that play to go where they wanted it to go. RPO, Doomsday, your favorite play. I know, right? Damn screens. But it worked out. And of course, yeah, we got a holding. We have a holding. 73, holding 51. The flag came out at the end. Well, it could have been 62. It could have been 62. Nah, they ain't gonna call no holding on 62, but yeah. All right. 3rd and 8. He's following. Now notice how he pointed him off. They pointed him off. Hey, follow him, get on him, get on him. They shifted man. They're playing man and they just shifted. That's all that it is. They just shifted what man that they supposed to cover. Everybody's covered. Ball goes out to DJ Moore. Great play, Detroit. Great play, Detroit. Bad punt coverage by the Bears. Not bad, but it could have been better. Got a run going on, got a motion, so therefore you see the guy following the motion. So y'all should already know Bears is in man coverage. And the interior line did decent right there for the Bears. All right, we're at the 2-hour mark, so this will be the last play, y'all. Cornerback at the top is bailing out. This could possibly be a zone. I know this cornerback is close up, but noticing he's bailing out. But I'm looking at the safety creeping up. So this, looking at it, not being a quarterback, but looking at it, if you were a quarterback, you possibly would look and say they might be running man on this end, zone on that end. They have plays where they mix it up. No, it's zone. Yep, it's zone. He bailed out. He bailed out, and he press and release. So they're running zone. Yeah, appreciate that, Landy. So play action. Great pickup on that. Look at here. Look at what we got here. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Let's go, Sweat. Now let's see what happened there. 74 for the offense. Gave up interior position. Sweat just He actually just outplayed him there. There wasn't nothing really bad about it. He just outplayed him. I don't think that he needed help. I think if he did not have help, he probably would have played him a little bit different. So I think he just got outplayed right there, and Sweat was able to make the sack. Hey, there go a Sweat sack, y'all. For Chicago Bears that's counting on Mr. Sweat. There you go. You got a sack. So we at the 2 hour mark, y'all. Thank you all for everybody who came through, joined in with us and things. We're gonna end the live here. Make sure that y'all come back tomorrow. We're staying with the NFC North. We're gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings next. We're gonna do Minnesota versus Chicago Bears again, of course. Matter of fact, no, we'll do somebody else. It ain't gotta be Chicago Bears. We'll do Minnesota versus somebody else, and we'll break it down. Uh, if y'all know anybody that's Vikings fans, please share it out to them and let them know come in so that way they can have their talks and they can have they say on whether they want to see number 9 or whether they want to see other dude. I can't think of his name. Anyway, no, let's get them in here and let's try our best to share it up a lot next time, y'all. I definitely appreciate y'all. If y'all have not hit the follow button, hit that follow button. Definitely try to send y'all daily heart me right now. Landon, thank you for coming in. Boss Don BT, thank you for coming in. Who else we had up in here? Diane, thank you for coming in here. Thank you for your daily check-in. Gigi, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your daily check-in. Gigi, I see you. OG Jiggles, thank you for coming in, sending that daily check-in. Hopefully your back gets better real soon. Owen, thank you for coming in, sending out that DJ. Yo, D33, thank you for that follow. Thank you for them 3-time goats. Guy, thank you for the share. Thank you for coming in with those. Oh my God. Let me get this arrow back down to its normal size. Trying to help y'all see. But yeah, man, that's how we roll. We're definitely will be back here tomorrow to make sure that we have some fun with it. Hey, and listen, I would love to see more comments in the section so that way y'all can say, hey, I want to see this, replay this again and this and that. Tell me what y'all noticed that I did not notice. There's a lot of things that could have came up that I didn't notice. So definitely would like you all to engage more with me so that way I can give you all more. If y'all like this type of things, hit that follow button. And once again, we're going to be getting up out of here. With that being said, peace. Being said, peace.